I'm a full-time loser. Let's see. Okay.
I wish I had mods. Shit.
Psh. Are we live? I hope we are live, because I'm gonna look like a blubbering fool if we are not live. Um,
Let
let's
us
see.
see.
Okay, cool.
I can check your channel.
Oh, okay. Wait, I can hear. Let me actually turn down myself. Okay, Jazz, go ahead. Say anything that isn't a slur, so that way I can hear your audio.
Anything that isn't a slur. I repeat, this is not a slur.
Okay, cool. We should be fine. Do you hear a bit of echo on my mic?
Let me see. I don't.
Okay, cool.
Your mic
Um,
sounds good.
what is good, gamers and gamerinos? Welcome back to Double R. We are reacting to the combat gameplay of Sonic Frontiers, and I have the wonderfully musically talented EnerJazz here, and the soon-to-be It's Nick for short. He's
What
just
up?
what is he doing? The dishes? Emptying the
Soon
dishwasher?
to
What was it?
be. He doesn't exist yet, but he will soon to
Yeah,
be.
he will be here pretty soon. What is up, Jade? What is up, Doom? What is up, Omar? Already 6 people. That is wild. Um, yeah, so it's good to be back again. Sonic Frontiers, huh?
Yeah, I'm still collecting my thoughts on the first trailer, but yeah,
Let me see.
Frontiers.
Yeah. Hold on.
You
Sonic.
think this is gonna be enough to save it?
Unless they show something that's like, oh my god, this is the what's a good analogy? Uh, fuck, what's like a really good game? If this is the Dark Souls of games, or I don't know, I've never played Dark Souls.
Me
um,
neither.
let's see. Yo, what's up, Spin?
This
Welcome to
is
the
just
stream. Oh, man, anime women on my stream. Beautiful.
whoa.
Hello.
Hello.
How are y'all doing this fine?
Oh, what?
Why are things echoing? Wait, what's
Wait,
why?
what? Things are echoing?
On my end, I can. Oh, it's because I was watching.
Oh.
I can,
Hello, Nick, Mister.
Hello.
What's it? What's the? I'm trying to
Got
think
me
of.
good, double. Got me good.
Shut up.
got a
Um.
PhD, Mr. PhD in Sonic Writers.
Oh yeah, of course. All right. All right, Nick. This time, are you gonna be streaming as well? Just making sure here.
Indeedy.
Okay. If that's the case, we're just gonna look over the Frontiers gameplay one more time, give our thoughts on that before the combat gets revealed.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Yeah, I can.
Time
Yeah,
to
we can, like
crit.
we can start whenever you start. Like
Well, I started a good
that's perfect.
like
That's
5 minutes
actually
ago.
perfect. Hi
Whoa! Look at
everybody.
that like to dislike ratio. 37,000 people do not like this.
Wow,
69,000 people like it.
that's
That's
insane.
embarrassing.
No, but look at the huge dis. That's insane.
That's just really
Uh,
Wait,
sad.
how does your YouTube still show you dislikes?
Oh, I have this Chrome extension. It's like, I guess it averages it out. I don't know if it's 100% correct, but it's about there. I only have it liked because I'm a Sonic fan, and it's a Sonic game.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. We're all gonna buy this game,
Yeah, I mean,
even if we don't like it. We'll play it.
Nick over here says I am not interested. This is not like interesting to me. You know, he's gonna be like one of the first 5 people to buy a copy.
Oh,
yep.
absolutely. Like, bro,
I
stop
gotta get
playing.
that ad revenue. I gotta get
Stop
that
Of
playing.
ad
course.
revenue.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I just imagine the stream numbers I'm gonna have the second the game comes out. Um, okay, let's see. We're just gonna react to this again, everyone.
I love just watching Sonic run around in grass. That's just so thrilling.
Yeah.
All month long, we'll be diving deep into what you can expect when the game makes its way to
It's
you
sad
down
how
the
the
road.
intro
First
cinematic
up,
is
we've
like
got the
the best
world-famous
looking thing
folks
out of
while
everything we've
exploring
seen so
the
far.
mysterious island that Sonic suddenly finds himself stranded
Yeah,
on
and it's not
at
even
the
the
start of
best
the game.
intro
Be
cinematic
sure to
we've
stick with
seen.
IGN
Oh
and
yeah.
tune in so you don't miss anything.
It's
So
just
then-
so
Interesting.
basic.
I mean, I'm
Sonic
gonna,
running
the
away
intro
from
cinematic is mid.
Oh, also,
when it's
Jazz
like-
pointed out earlier before you got here, Nick. Sonic still has no idle animation. He
I noticed
still
that
has no
last
idle
night.
animation.
Like whenever he would stand still, which would be very rare. I'm assuming because they're trying to hide it, but he would stand still, and it was just the same static
Oh.
pose.
Oh, like, oh, are you sure?
Yo, whoa, hold on. Oh my god, how am I still
Like,
not look? Look at this. Look at this. How am I still noticing more poppin'? Did you see that right there in front of him?
Yeah, look at that. That's fun.
Ah,
Jesus, that's embarrassing.
I
Gosh,
noticed-
That's embarrassing.
I noticed even more poppin'. Yeah, look, see right there? That popped in. And it's like, it's so close to him too. It's just, it's sad. It's really sad.
I had a talk with my friend Fury about it last night, and she was talking about how she thinks it's just because the game's in beta. But I was like, I feel like it's too late for that.
I mean,
If they've been
okay,
working on this game
They
for so
have
long.
they have 6 months. If they can fix it up in 6 months, which I'm sure they can do, like I have a bit of hope. I have a bit of hope for them. But oh my god, this right here, this deserves a video all on itself right here.
It's abysmal.
Knowing smile.
That's abysmal.
But yeah, just I saw this video on Twitter. I think what was it by Bad Nick Mechanic, right? And he showed SA2 and then this. How jumping on the rail would have you
Oh,
the momentum thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it's
it's
like-
just it's so.
And then it showed the Generations and Unleashed rails where you would actually go down if you didn't have enough momentum.
Yeah. Yeah. But then from no, not Forces. Lost World onward. I mean, okay. To be fair, since
Colors
Lost
had
World
the
they've been
problem
using the
too.
same physics. Maybe different engine,
Yeah.
but same physics.
It's literally just every game directed by the Forces guy, because Colors had that problem too.
Well, okay, but then we had
Do we
gens in
know-
between.
Do
But...
we know who's directing this one? Because Generations was the last one that had like that was the team, like that was the Unleashed team still. But I very distinctly remember after Unleashed, they lost like everyone, or they like fired
Yeah.
everyone. Like either a bunch of people quit or there were tons of layoffs.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Let me fact check.
That's why. Oh, also look at that.
I heard this is a long time ago, so this may have been people on Twitter just saying words, but I heard a lot of them went and worked on like Odyssey and like Breath of the Wild.
Kishimoto.
I
I'm
think
fact
so.
checking right now. Kishimoto directed Sonic Colors.
Yeah, Jade says Frontiers is the same director as Forces.
I don't like that.
Okay, look, just
Yeah.
I also saw this on Twitter. Look, when Sonic switches rails right here, it's the same animation going both ways. He doesn't have.
Yeah, there's no it's really
Like-
obnoxious.
Okay, yeah. So Kishimoto directed Colors, Forces, and now this.
Uh
This is
Yeah.
the worst timeline.
This is the worst timeline.
oh my god, why is there so much poppin'? I don't get it.
I feel like some of Sonic's animations are more fluid, but it just seems like they just added like sprinkles.
The only improvement I see is his like 0 to run.
Oh,
but, like
hey,
that's
what-
also not like a compliment because it's not a lot.
What's up, Boozy? Welcome to the stream. I like that name, Boozy.
Me too. Little boozy.
Look, alright, okay, I think we can give them a pass
What?
for avoiding the enemy here, because then they're showing the combat today. I think we
yeah,
can
but
give them
why
a bit of
does
a pass
he
there.
quick step off the bridge instead of walking off?
It does look really jank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Like, what is
also,
that?
I heard that the IGN wasn't the one who provided this gameplay, it was Sonic team, or people working at Sega themselves. So this is them
'cause
playing the
why would
game.
they why would they let IGN play this game? Like even
Well, no,
aside from all the,
no,
like,
they-
crap get
No, they let IGN play, they let some people from IGN play the game, at least I heard.
Well, it's just like, I mean, surely Sega would have been the ones to give, like, I mean, that just makes the most sense.
That would explain why they're like stomping after every jump or something, because they're trying to hide certain things.
Yeah,
An
that's
IGN
true.
player wouldn't know what to hide.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. Why are you stopping every single time you're in the air?
He
Yeah.
can't move forward. He has no momentum. It's really obnoxious.
That's what it looks like. I also hate how much time. I noticed this last night when I finally watched this whole thing. I hate how much time he spends on the rails. Like, there's barely any just
Yeah.
they don't want you to show him, or they don't want you to see just using the terrain. He's just rails, 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 rails. Look how fast he can go on rails, but not on ground.
You know, it really breaks my heart as a Sonic fan to see that Roblox handles rail grinding better than the mainline game.
You're not even wrong.
Okay, some people pointed this out, and this isn't a nitpick, but I guess Sonic's glove here is glowing. That looks kind of cool. If he had like some power
like
of some
the
sort.
statue bit.
Yeah, that does interest me though. He has some silver telekinesis shit.
I do be down to figure out why that's the case, but like,
It's not
that
enough to
does-
sell me on the
that's-
product.
Yeah, Sonic glowy glove does not make me want to buy the game.
I feel like when Sonic starts initiating like the paraloop mechanic, his physics suddenly get completely different. Like from what it looks like to me, you hit a button and then now you can turn him really nicely.
Yo, what's
Just so you
up?
can do this.
Well, I think that the way that it works is still in Forces, because in Forces, well, in all of, well, actually no, in Gens he was still pretty tanky, but in Forces, like, if the second that you start moving in a straight line, you're screwed. Like, he
Okay.
cannot move to save his life.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit in this because we got like a minute left. Just cause yeah. Look, this right here, I'm just letting you guys in chat know now. This right here, you're gonna have a fun time with this puzzle on my channel. I'm just
That looks so hard. Whoa.
What?
Like, if
Only
he could
1%
figure
of
it
people
out,
can beat this
holy.
game.
Yeah, there's.
D-
I mean,
okay.
what do you do next? What do you do?
Did you see that edit of the wah wah wah? It's a you stupid. That one on Twitter. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
maybe they're purposely not completing the puzzle because there's something they don't want to reveal if you beat it. I don't know.
You know, just before the next thing starts, this right here pisses me off. This running cycle, how he immediately starts. That pisses me
Yeah.
off. Okay, so I'm just gonna rewind to the beginning of that, so that way we can probably react to it afterwards.
Literally, this is just Sonic running through grass. Also, he can jump into a hamster wheel now.
Oh, here we
Get
go.
hyped, Sonic fans.
All right, Nick, you
Get
streaming
hyped.
yet?
Yes, I just hit go. It's, is the stream starting on IGN?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Rated M for
Oh,
It is.
rated M for mature. I was like, whoa, a Sonic game?
Excuse me. Oh wow, look at this. This looks so much fun.
Oh, I hate this music. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. How's it sound? Okay, I'm just.
Is it on the
gonna-
countdown for y'all at this moment in time?
Yeah.
It's like
Okay,
30
cool.
points.
I'm so afraid of showing any of the ads that they play before this stuff because I don't want to get copyrighted if it's like a movie.
That would suck.
Oh my god, absolute facts, Doomboy. Sonic but GTA would be fun. Imagine an open world Sonic game where it was like the gameplay of Shadow the Hedgehog. So, any last minute predictions on how this is going to play out, fellas?
I don't know what
gonna
to
look-
expect anymore. I
I
expect
think-
a lot of automation. I guess.
I anticipate it will be. I think
It'll be
basic,
interesting.
honestly.
I think it'll be interesting, but not in the way we expect.
Unless they show a skill tree. Like,
Oh man, if they show a
I wanna see that.
skill tree, that I'd be down. for
I
that.
want to see dynamic animations of Sonic with purpose.
Okay, I want to see at least unleashed levels of in-depthness. Is that even a word? Of it being in depth, I should say, with you being able to level up shit. That's the bare minimum I want to see.
Because, like, Unleashed had a good, like, I mean, regardless of what you think about it, like, I think that everyone kind of agrees that it was a good combat system as far as just basic game design.
It just didn't belong in a Sonic game.
Especially to the extent of which it was in the game.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3,
All right,
2,
here we go.
1. Here we go. Let's be disappointed.
My favorite pastime.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Idle animation. There we go.
Oh
my God, he moved.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go!
Woo! Bare minimum!
That's new.
Okay, they're gonna show off the bosses. Okay.
Please let the bosses be good. Like, you have one job.
Everyone's like, animation! Yeah!
Woo! Okay,
When
here we
we
go.
stop touching the controller, he moves.
There he is. Idle animation. All right.
I really want to see a terrain
Uh,
that is not this grass.
Well, I think that was just showing off his hit animation. I'm sure you wouldn't have gotten hit by that. Oh, ooh, I don't know about that one.
The combat is like, the animation for it is very clearly they're going for that like
Oh.
stylized look, but
No, they
didn't-
I saw a thing on
it's-
Twitter. They took it straight from Lost World.
did
I
they?
mean not
Okay,
Lost
that
World.
makes sense.
Forces when you're beating up Zavik.
That can't be right.
Because
Because
it's
he's-
not quiet. Not
he's-
quiet.
Not that's because he's standing.
That
in the
swirly
front.
animation looks so
It
jank.
looks really jank. The one thing, like, they have it.
Why do they
They
keep
have
getting
the
hit?
they have the combat animation playing at such a quick frame rate, but there's no effects that I think sell it. It just looks a little and
Oh,
you can-
whoa!
I mean, this
What
isn't
is
a-
that? Do you see that kick move?
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Okay.
That's-
Oh
that's-
wait.
that's-
Oh
that's
wait. He
combat.
collected some shit. Does that mean that there's like a level up system?
God, please. let
Okay,
me
they
react.
turned
This
off
is-
the UI because it went into like a UI thing, but it's just
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay, that looks
Okay,
kind of
I-
cool.
I dig the paraloop.
Yeah,
I dig that.
That I okay now that's pretty cool. Oh, all right.
This is the closest we'll ever get to Knights 3.
I like the
Okay.
fact that his model is so like they stretch his legs so far to get it to kick. Like that's not really a direct complaint. I don't really care about that. I just think it's funny.
I
Okay.
want to see Sonic with lots of squash and stretch, though.
Oh my God! Look at that curved rail up there in the background. Ew. Okay, you see, it goes to like right here, where the IGN logo is.
Okay, so they're like, not
Okay.
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This paralooping thing, I'm down for it, but how many times am I gonna have
Oh!
to paraloop?
Whoa,
the
did you
same
see
enemy?
that?
Because like so far there hasn't been.
Whoa!
Do you see that Knights
I
thing
like
that he just did?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're ripping this straight from Knights. That's really cool.
Okay,
Actually.
they just need to give
Why
him
is there's
a
no
bit.
animation
Yeah,
on
they
a
just need to
tornado?
give him a bit more animation, and this would be really cool.
Oh, I like that. I like that you can launch them in the air. That's
Yeah.
cool. Because okay, the only thing that bugs me so far, like, is the fact that I'm gonna be honest. It looks kind of annoying to have to like paraloop this guy like 4 times in a row.
I like
Yeah.
that move. That looks fun
It
to
looks
use.
like they have a lot of health, all these enemies, and I feel like that's gonna be
Dude.
really annoying because there's gonna be obvious whatchamacallit, enemy bunches that you're gonna fight because you can't have a game like this and not have a bunch of enemies. You see?
Yeah. I just hope they're not all damage sponges.
Okay.
Okay.
This reminds me of Shadow's gameplay from 06 a little bit. How he moves from one enemy to the next.
Yeah, I want to see more of that. I want to know how like quick you can just like bounce around from enemy to enemy.
Okay, I want to
Oh
see.
shit! Was that a dodge or a quick
Oh,
step?
that looks like it was a
Oh, God,
dodge.
he has a dodge. Basic combat maneuver. That's actually kind of cool.
Oh wait, oh this is a gameplay from the beginning of the first trailer. Okay, this is more interesting than the gameplay was. I'm gonna be honest. From yesterday.
Yeah, because he's
Completely
actually
agree.
doing something.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can you? Oh, I really like that. That's cool. that
Yeah.
You can paraloop like a lot of them.
Oh my God, can you believe it? We're actually being positive about the Sonic game.
Yeah, because this doesn't look like god awful, but
Okay. Oh.
okay.
Oh, so that's
That
a
could've-
boss. I thought that was a bit of terrain. Or
That's the big
Uh,
boy.
oh, he had a bit of trouble
Okay,
getting
I'm
up there.
okay. I'm really curious about this one because I noticed someone else pointed that out, but whenever Sonic gets launched up, he doesn't even like run up the thing all the way. He just starts like flying. I think that they could work on that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, this doesn't even really look like a boss. It just looks like they put their hand down and they're just waiting to be attacked. It's like,
But yeah,
There's
this
no-
is not a complex pattern.
wait, did they just cut there?
He messed up the. Oh, they did cut.
Huh.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Oh, you can
oh
turn them
oh
away.
okay. Gave
Oh,
him
so
some.
there's different ways to fight it. That's cool.
Okay, that's cool. I'm
Okay.
glad there
I
isn't
can
just
vibe with
one way of
that.
hitting that. Yeah. What is that bird doing? That thing's following Sonic.
Literally, it seems like I've seen that bird so many times.
That would be cool if you could have like a little, or no, this is probably a stretch, but maybe that's like the other character in disguise or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting into very big theory
Realistic
territory.
animals in Sonic have always
Okay,
weirded me out.
this I don't like here. The lack of animation once he's done hitting it.
Uh,
Or I guess I didn't show it here, but
The bird is long.
okay, just my complaint here is that this could all use a lot more animation on Sonic's end. Because this thing looks very fluid, this enemy or whatever it is, but
yeah, I mean, with Sonic, a lot of it looks a little stiff. To be
wait,
sure.
is that it? Oh, okay, I guess that's it.
Wait, is that the end?
Oh my god.
We've set the words. Is that it? After
Yeah.
every Sonic Frontiers reveal.
Okay.
Every single one.
It appears that would be it, and I feel, and I get the feeling that we're gonna be a little bit more positive about this one than we were the actual gameplay. Let's go through this again. Hold on. Let me hold on.
Okay, let's see.
Okay,
Well, he has idle animations, so hallelujah.
which is good. I'm surprised they didn't show that in the first one, but you know, I like the fact that they make that the very first thing we see in this one.
Right.
It's like
Okay, we promise, we fixed that.
yeah, like we have those idle animations, Sonic fans. You have the bare minimum. Okay. You know,
I still at least want
okay.
to see him like bobbing around or something when he's standing still. You know what I mean?
Okay, look, this I've noticed here. I feel like there's gonna be dynamic changes in the setting. So that means there's gonna be like it's gonna be daytime. It's gonna go into like noon, then
Yeah.
sunset, and then there's gonna be night. I'm hoping it's more in depth than something like Unleashed, where you just hit the dial and it flips. I'm hoping it's like a day and night cycle.
That'd be cool. And I also want to see different things to interact with when it's day and night. No, an aesthetic change, you know,
Yeah.
make it matter.
I wonder why you have to like.
What are
'Cause
those? Over
In
there?
an open world, like, I look at them fighting the enemies and whatnot, and I'm like, do
Okay.
you have to?
Okay, here's what.
What do you lose if you don't fight the enemies that are just sitting around in the open world?
Okay,
Or
I
is it just
feel
like
like
an XP grind?
yeah, and I was gonna say it's probably more of an XP grind. You know, also
That sounds
what I
boring.
want to do, I think would be really fun. Say, you could be here right on the ledge, and then there's down there, and then you could like jump off, then you could boost, and then you could start boosting down the mountain. I feel like that would be really cool. Show Sonic's actual speed to keep him there.
Yeah, but they probably don't have the physics aligned. He probably just falls.
Okay, wait. Are those idle animations from Gens? Did they just port those over?
They
I
don't
think
look
one of them.
fair.
I think one of them definitely was from Gens.
Yeah,
Because at
this
the
one.
very start, I believe, he does a little look back at the camera. The first one I don't remember being from Gens, but that second one I feel pretty confident it was in Gens.
Like the Gens
Okay.
ones were so much more expressive.
Why are we
Yeah.
so interested in idle animation?
Because we haven't had idle animation in a mainline game for
And
over.
also, like, you're just making him stand still. Like, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. I know I'm not sorry. Like, just animate new animations.
Okay, just okay.
Like, why'd you just port them?
I hate
Oh
keeping
yeah, okay,
pointing
yes,
this
the
out.
second one definitely is.
I hate keeping on pointing this out, but just all these rails just look so unnatural and
Really, there are ways that you could have made something equivalent to rail grinding with like natural terrain.
oh, of course.
That stuff belongs in like city aesthetics, not this open nature.
It looks
What
like
is this?
you know what it reminds me of? You know those like things at the doctor's offices where like you move the balls to like one end and you gotta figure out how it moves along the little metal thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. That's what these rails being like that remind me of.
Oh no.
He's so stiff. Like on the first enemy that he fights, like whenever it shows off a bunch of his moves, like the dash attack that he has, that's cool and whatever. Like, but they just covered him up in sparkles. But his little paraloop attack, whenever he goes in for the kick, that's just a still 3D model. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not moving.
Yeah, that spin right there. Well, okay, is there really any way they could add more animation to that though? Like how would they add more animation?
Have his okay, well, and like at the start of his arc, his legs. Hold on, it's like his legs do not follow the same arc. They could easily have him bend more, and the arc on the coming back is not as fluid. You could have him raise his head or more readily get. You could have him more smoothly transition into the kick position because as of this point, it is a still model, and then he just jumps into the kick. You could have him do some kind of twirl, literally anything to make it not a still 3D model.
Yes, he's had a very rocky transition into fighting mechanics.
I mean, as far as the combat goes, like I'll give him like I mean, from what I see, hoping there's a skill tree. Like this doesn't. It looks fun, but I don't know how quickly it'll get brain dead.
Okay.
The thing, like the difference between like the Werehog and this, just because that's like the most apt comparison given it's Sonic, is with the Werehog, a lot of its movement in combat was really easy to like chain together. You could start off with any move you wanted and then move into another. This looks very much like punch, kick, combo, and
You
just
can
throw one of your 3 special moves out there.
Yeah,
You can
because
start this attack, end it, and start the new one.
yeah, the Werehog was, while it wasn't as in depth of something like God of War or Devil May Cry, it had a lot of variety. I'm just hoping that the moves are shown off now are like maybe basic ones, and you can unlock more. Because I feel like that.
I hope this is starting area combat.
Yeah, because everything that's been shown off looks like it's base game, and I'm sure that there's more that you can unlock. You know what would be really fun though? Combat as Supersonic. I feel like that would be really cool because we've never seen
Do you
something
think
like
they'd make him playable?
that.
Like, I guess
Okay. I
He's
think-
pretending like the Chaos Emeralds
Okay.
don't exist.
Okay, what I think is I don't think it's gonna be a gens type situation where like once you beat the game you get them. I feel they're gonna have it to where like it's an unlockable, like you have the final boss of Supersonic, whatever, but then once you like get all the unlockables and stuff like it's gonna be like Color's Ultimate is what I think is gonna happen.
I can live
Or
with that.
yeah,
Okay, the only enemy I don't like is like the shield one that you have to paraloop around to like take off the guard. Like I think
Yeah.
that works fine, but like I think that he does it like 4 times before it just
Personally-
dies.
That enemy just looks like it's going to annoy the crap out of me.
Yeah, that doesn't even look like because like the thing about that is the paralooping in that instance is not it's not a tactical mechanic. It's making the enemy last longer artificially, in my opinion. I think that they could have just made it harder to kill without the paralooping. I mean, I like the paralooping as a whole. I think it's cool. I think that he's fast, so making him circle around his enemies is a cool idea that works for him.
you know, I just want to say, it's cool how the combat is interesting, but it's also sad how we're being more positive towards that than we are like Sonic running around in the actual world. Like I feel like that should be the main draw, not the combat. Combat should be secondary.
Because, I mean, a combat is something that every open world game is going to have, but what could make a Sonic open world game so special is the momentum and using the environment to go fast, because that's something that other characters aren't going to do in the same way. And they're really wasting that potential by making it more of a generic worldy game with Sonic in it than this is a Sonic open world game.
Okay, what I want to see is that big thing from the trailer, the one that I put into my Frontiers video, the night looking one with like the, what was it? Like he looked massive. That thing looks like it'd be fun to take down.
Yeah, we haven't seen
But
that.
also, are you just gonna run up his arms? Like, is that the whole fight? at that point.
Well,
Also, Sonic Station, I agree, Unleashed looks better as far as combat.
oh wait. Oh, Sonic Station's in your chat?
Yeah.
Oh. What's up, Sonic Station?
The bigger.
Um, but okay, I just feel everything here would be so much better if it wasn't as, or no, if there were more fluid animations. I feel like that would make everything look a lot smoother and just make it look more fun to
I
fight.
think it just needs to be smoother. Like, the animations would help, but I feel like everything in the game looks very stop and go to me, because whenever, like, his physics, I mean, like, the running, I think, is the only improvement from a previous game, because, you know, Forces was what it had to contend with. But everything about the game looks so jerky to me. The combat looks jerky, and not because it looks like they were going for a stylistic thing, but it doesn't look like they put forth the effort to really make it work. The running looks kind of jerky. All of it just looks kind of
Damn,
jerky, and like it looks like a lot of stop and go.
you're
really
you are
miss
making me
having
hungry for some
expressive
beef
Sonic.
jerky right now, dude. Like, holy shit.
What can I say? I'm a salesman.
um, damn, that laugh sounded forced from me. Hold on. Jade
fan,
says, "I hope combat has its own music, just for modders to put in the warehouse battle music." Yeah, because I completely agree. I think that what they're showing off now, that's gonna be like the title music of Frontiers. Like, that's not gonna be the main theme, but because this is the same track that's played over this and the world gameplay.
Well, they need to contextualize what's going on, because I'm gonna be honest, nothing in this game looks like it belongs. The bosses don't look like they fit this terrain or style, because they look a lot more futuristic and cybernetic, and they're just kind of plopped onto a Unity asset map. And then the towers that they have, I'm looking at like a screenshot right here, like in gameplay, and it's like this giant metal robot surrounded with ancient ruins, and then there's Sonic there. So like, I feel like
Ooh.
it all looks
Interesting aesthetics.
Ooh, Sonic Forces
Yeah.
is trending on Twitter. That's not a good sign.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see.
You know, Jazz, you can attest to the fact that this is true. I was playing Forces the other night just to like get a better, just to make sure that I wasn't giving this game too much crap,
It's because you.
and it's true. But I was playing, and I mean, that game has a better visual style, because it has a visual style.
Oh,
this is just
okay.
assets.
Look, okay. So someone pointed this out. I guess there's squash and stretch on the Sonic model, which is
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah,
It's
which-
it's minute, but it's there.
yeah. It's
It needs
good that
more.
it's there. It reminds me of
Well, I mean, I'd also, because I assume they're talking about the combat
Oh.
animation.
Hey, look at this.
Uh,
Snick on
oh
Twitter points this out.
no!
Ah,
Oh.
that's disappointing.
What are y'all looking at? What's the time code?
Oh no,
man.
look at my stream, because it's something that would be
That's
pretty
bad.
hard to point out.
No wonder it
okay.
looks dank if that's a frame in there. That's bad.
Ooh, that's
Mm.
embarrassing. That's
Oh.
ooh, John, man, just when we thought it
Hold on, I gotta. Oh my god.
Okay.
That's-
I knew it didn't look right. Oh
Okay.
no.
Let's see. Yeah, no, this was kind of cool though. The him firing off these chaos, whatever they are. That would be cool if he had chaos powers, but I'm sure.
Yeah, the screenshot would not load, but essentially, so whenever Sonic was punching one of those like enemies, that's just like a bunch of spheres, his model just like stood in his default pose midair.
Yeah, oof. That's okay. They have 6 months to fine tune that. I'm not gonna say anything
What is
about
it?
that.
It's
Well, what's
literally-
this?
It's
Oh,
literally
that's cool.
it's the start of his basic combo. Why is that not finished already?
You know, okay. Again, they got
And
6 months.
I'm watching it really slowly, like the basic combat, and the reason that the model's stretched is because, like, I mean, as far as animation goes, like, I don't think there's inherently anything wrong. There's definitely like a bit of wind up, a bit of oomph to it, but also the only reason the model's stretched is because his limbs are too short to punch something. Like, he cannot punch or kick because his limbs are too short now in this model. Like, I don't mind the Forces model. I like it, honestly. but like the fact of the matter is his limbs are too short for him to effectively be in combat without like messing with the model.
Okay, Omar brings up
Yeah.
a good point. That enemy looks like a bunch of grapes. I'm not gonna unsee that now.
It's just
It does.
so bizarre. They've given us no hook in any of these trailers to like really entice
Okay.
you, other than Sonic runs.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna be completely
Also, he's
honest.
like, especially like in this like whenever he's fighting this Titan thing here, like he runs a little slow.
Okay,
Like,
look,
unless you're boosting, he looks slow.
I think out of the three of us, I'm the one here who's actually slightly interested in the combat. Or I don't know if you guys are, but the combat
I'm pretty
is
interested.
it's more of a sell than the gameplay was because I want to run around the world and I want to fight these fucking enemies, dude. I want to kick all of these Breath of the Wild Xenoblade enemies looking asses as Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. That looks fun. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
just-
but also it looks like my worry is it looks like it'll get repetitive really fast.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Jade does bring up. He says Olive Garden the enemy, and it reminds me these enemies look like they were pulled out of the movie with the color, with the aesthetic that they're going for.
True.
I wouldn't say the movie.
Well, no,
because,
no,
like,
the
I mean,
white and the red and the black. That's like
the color scheme kind of, but we also like don't even know what these things are. Why
What
are
it-
they not telling us what the story
yeah,
is?
The
I
forces
feel like-
that were very movie.
I feel
looking
like the
to me
story
before the
trailer-
movie.
they're gonna have it be like the last thing in June, because that's probably gonna be the big sell. I'm gonna be honest, because gameplay is not all that
Yeah.
interesting. The combat it doesn't look super in depth, but I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, hell, they got like those little collectibles. I'm sure that'll lead towards like a skill
Like
tree or
if
level up. Of some kind.
this is the base start of the game combat, I'm interested because there's a couple cool special moves. It looks a little jank, but hopefully there's a skill tree because there is definitely XP of some kind here or some kind of collectible. So hopefully you can upgrade, and if the combat is fast and it flows together and it's got a lot of punch to it, that's enough to, like, honest to God, entertain me for a minute. So if that's a thing, then okay. I still think that his base speed is too low, and the fact that there's no momentum whatsoever, and there's still a boost is dumb, and I don't like it. But the combat is something I will genuinely. That's something I can see. I have hope and optimism for that. That looks like something that they probably cared about a little.
Okay, I just want to point this out. Everything here, you see how it like glows red when you hit the big enemy and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of like the Phantom Ruby from Forces, and I don't know if that's a good comparison, but it looks like it kind of glitches out, or like not glitches out like the game itself, but the thing when it disappears. It reminds me a lot of like when you kick fucking Infinite's ass with the Phantom Ruby and shit. I don't know why.
Maybe, but I think it might just be a cyberspace thing because a lot of it just looks like a kind of stock digital aesthetic.
Yeah.
Look, okay, I'm so confused. Why? They must just have so much of this map turned off, and I don't know why. Because, like, literally, whenever he's kicking, like, I think the enemy, like, giant's, like, first spire, to the right, there's just rails that go nowhere. And, like, that looks like those are all over the map. So, like, what are we missing, or what's turned off, or are they really just going nowhere? Because the reason that confuses me to such an extent is because rail grinding is not like it used to be in SA2 and Heroes. This is literally just...
It's automated.
If you like, it's automated. Like,
Yeah.
if you jump, you're not gonna... You have no control. It's Sonic Dash levels of control.
It looks so out of place. I don't know how they can like
Can I
make
say-
geometry to fit it though. Like this right here at the very beginning of the trailer when he's fighting the grape-looking enemy. I don't know how they can make geometry and make it look like that. Maybe it's enclosed in like a building of some kind, but then again there are like trees and there's a lot of stuff in the way, you know?
It looks disgusting. To me, the way that it looks is that it's a way to traverse it's a lazy way that you can traverse a lot of ground really quickly.
It reminds me of those stages from Unleashed, like the DLC ones, or the ones that aren't the main stage, the boost levels, where like it's just nothing but rails.
Okay, all right. All right. I've got my 2 cents to say about that because I see so many people like they're taking screenshots of Unleashed, and I just and like they're like, oh my gosh, Sonic fans whenever like rails are in a game, but like no, because if you look at what the rails look like in Unleashed, they're designed around the aesthetic. They're not just gray rails.
Yeah. They're like they fit the theme. Like Podos, they're like white and gold,
Yeah, there
I
was
think.
effort to make them at least look like they should be there architecture wise.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
here they're just in the sky and at least as far as we know, no reason. Oh, you know what? I think you see
Which
how
is
all
like,
that's
why not show us the reason?
Okay,
Like,
you see how
why would they be hiding anything?
I think, and I know nothing about game design, so I'm probably wrong here, but you know how all this stuff keeps popping in and stuff like that? I feel like there's more to these rails. It's just Sonic's far enough away from a development standpoint to where it's not loaded in. Maybe there's more like
Oh.
platforms and there's more stuff like that. But it just hasn't loaded in. Maybe the rails are just easier to load in. But the thing
I
is,
think you're
that's
right.
so lazy. It's like, why not just? I mean, maybe it's just to conserve, whatever. But I feel like that's probably what it is because I'm sure they know that it looks ugly. It just being up there in the sky. Maybe it's like challenges of some sort, something like that. Because it really, right now, looks like a Roblox test stage. That's what all of this looks like. A test stage to see how he works in this type of environment.
Yeah.
Because look, did you see that? How this platform right here loaded in at the very top. I don't know if you guys are watching mine. But if stuff like that that's close enough to Sonic is loading in like
mean-
that, there's got to be some more up there than just the railing.
CGI Durst in my chat has likely a solid point because Double, we talked about it last stream, but this could very likely because I believe that the best selling version of Forces was the Switch by a country mile.
Oh yeah, no,
And-
that's how it was.
And so this is likely a Switch build. Do you think that all of that like rail is turned off because the game will run at like a god awful frame rate?
Ooh.
Do you think it's not well optimized enough to
Okay.
run on a Switch right now?
Okay.
I mean, that makes
Okay, look,
sense.
I was saying this last stream. How this is probably
But what?
the Switch build. No. The thing is here.
Why aim for the lowest common denominator? If they're all like, we want this to be the next SA1, why aim for the lowest bar?
Okay. Here's what
Like,
I
oh
think.
my god.
I honestly God believe this is the Switch build. Or no, this is the build they're making for Switch. I don't think this is running on a Switch, but they're optimizing this one for the Switch. Because if this was PS5 or Xbox Series X, like if these were the newer generation of consoles, those you can load in shit from like 5 miles in game wise. Those consoles are powerful. They're like mini supercomputers at this point. It's
Why wouldn't they be showing us the most optimized version of the game?
because they're focusing on this version first, and they're focusing on optimizing it for those consoles later down the road. Because Forces was optimized for Xbox One and PS4 and those consoles after they had finished the Switch build. As Nick's saying, go for the lowest common denominator. They're focusing on the Switch build first and foremost because they know that that's the copy, or those are the copies that are going to sell the most. And then they're going to port over what they have for here and optimize it without the loading and the further render distance for the bigger consoles. They're focusing on the
I'm gonna
Switch
be-
because that's where most of their player base is.
I mean, perfectly honest here. This is likely a Switch build. That just makes the most sense.
It
given
does.
what we know. But I'm again not a game developer. I don't know how long optimization takes. But if I had to guess, if they're showing this game now, and when's it supposed to come out? This holiday season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, around
Then likely the game is more or less finished, and they're going to be heading into the optimization stage. I would assume that's a fat assumption because I know that a lot of the time optimization can kill a game. But if this is the Switch build and they start showing what the like a higher gen version looks like, and there's substantially less pop in, like it looks like a next gen game, that's not gonna fix the aesthetic or gameplay issues. But I will admit, if the world looks like it makes more sense, I will take back my previous comments. It's still gonna look like crap on Switch, but for higher like gen builds and whatnot, if the render distance is up and it looks better, then like fair. But like as of right now, we only have what we can assume is a like lowest common denominator Switch build, and the Switch can run games pretty well. Like I
Okay.
don't see what's going on here that would like really make the Switch like chug.
Okay, you want to know
Like,
you want to know what I'm thinking? You know how there are games like Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade that are like these big open world things and they look beautiful on Switch and they load fine and stuff like that, right?
yeah, well,
I
they do a
think
lot of like I would assume polygon. Like I think that like the further something is away, like the less like clear it becomes, because
Okay.
I know a lot of the time there's like some form of like they did in like 64, they do some graphical thing that like lowers the quality of the graphics. There's a lot of aliasing, if I think that's what that term means.
Okay, here's what I think. I think everything that they're showing currently is just it's just in an earlier state because what was it? Some people went to the metadata, and I saw this on Twitter. The build for the gameplay that they showed off the other day was from like 20 days ago. I'm sure that they've gotten more done. They have all this stuff turned off to optimize it for these trailers. They're gonna show off more once it's getting closer to release. But what they're showing off now, they want people to get like a grip of it, and they don't want it to be buggy. And I feel like it is gonna be slightly janky and buggy because of that stuff being turned on, like once a game, is in a later state. But I'm sure they're going to have it better optimized, and it's going to look nicer. They just have all this stuff turned off to show people how the game's going to look. Because there's no way all these rails in the sky and all these platforms scattered, they're just going to be there. You
They
just,
might be.
you,
They really might be.
well, if
Like
the,
I get what you're saying. Like, there's no way, but also like, this is what they're showing us. Why should we assume, as a consumer, and especially as a
Oh.
Sonic fan, why would we just assume that they're gonna fix this?
okay, look,
We say that every time.
okay, Omar brings up a good point. Nintendo's engine is really optimized well, but Sega's probably isn't because this is their first open world Sonic game. Also, I will be right back. Hold on.
I mean, it's just.
Alright.
I don't buy it. This is what they're showing us. Why would they just fix it? This is the product they're trying to show. They've made that decision.
Okay, I'm back.
I mean, like, I hope to God that they fix it, but like, we've done this for 10 years now. They're not. The odds are, statistically speaking, this is the game. It will have minute changes at most.
Okay, I think what they should have done, they should have went with a studio that has knowledge on this type of stuff. Like, not have them fully develop the game, but have them help. Like as Jade says, Monolith, or I think Insomniac could have been a very big help for something like this. It would have made it feel more natural, I guess.
But
Because
that also comes down to like, one, the partner studio has to like have people available, and bigger studios are often working on a lot of projects. I saw a lot of people throw around Toys for Bob, but I don't know what open world experience they have. And like, Sega is also notorious for not giving developers the manpower they need.
yeah, I mean, look, I think
I mean,
since
someone said, I believe, I gotta find it again, but someone in my chat made the very obvious but nevertheless tried and true remark: Nintendo would never show a Mario game like this.
oh, of course not with the Poppin and the
I mean, heck, a lot of
animation.
even like the scummier game studios, they at least have the sense to trick their audience. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused why this is it. Like, is this it?
I'd rather this.
I don't want to be tricked. Like, I prefer this because
Because
we're not being lied to.
we could
But at
get
the same time, I'm like, why is why is this it? Like, if this is what you have to sell, don't you think that you should be doing a little more to
Sell it?
sell it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel also it would be a lot more interesting if they showed off more flair, because this kind of it looks basic. I feel like if they went with the upbeat things that like Odyssey had for their trailers, Breath of the Wild had showing off everything in that game. If they went for like stuff like that, because we don't even have a real trailer as of yet. We have that 38-second one, but we don't have a good look at everything. We don't have the story. We don't even have how the voices are going to sound. We don't know if Roger's going to sound, directed correctly. We have the gameplay. I feel at this point, this far out, and it's probably going to be the end of the month, but at this point, we should have something that shows off what the game's going to be. Instead of just like show off the combat here, show off the gameplay here, eventually we'll get to the story, because it gets disconnected, and it's a lot for basic consumers to look at and be like, okay, this looks cool, now I gotta go over to here to check this part out of the game, and then go over here, and then this and that. It feels really disconnected, when it should be all bundled into one. They should be like dropping little info about the game, like this is going to be this frame rate, this is what this is going to look like, and then towards the end of the month have a trailer that combines all of this, and then have the gameplay and the combat be revealed later on, so that way it's more finished, and there's not like a lot of pop-in, and the animations are more polished. That's what they really should be doing.
One thing that screams bad design to me personally is I'd have to go look at the other trailer, that like the other 7 minutes of gameplay, but I'm looking at the map, and like in an open world game, obviously, especially with a character like Sonic, the whole point is to like run around and do your own thing. But a lot of this map looks objectiveless. Like, I don't see trails or like many paths, and if I'm wrong on that, please correct me, but a lot of it just looks like actual grassland. There doesn't seem to be any natural paths that are not like automated platforms and whatnot shooting you in a direction. It just looks like a lot of plain, flat environment that doesn't really point you in a direction to go. Which, like, I mean, that's not like a bad thing, because likely there will be like a waypoint system, because this is a modern open world. One would assume that's in there, but at the same time, normally there's paths that kind of point you in a direction to secrets or just anything really, because like I don't trust this Sonic's level of movement to like traverse every nook and cranny that I come across, honestly. Like, it seemed too jank.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the first trailer. I'm gonna see if... Hold on.
IGN first.
I don't get what their marketing strategy for this game is. Because for something like gens and colors, and hell, even forces to an extent, they marketed it as...
I think Forces had a really good marketing campaign.
Yeah, like the game
Fool
itself.
myself.
Just, I don't get what they're going for. Because Forces, they had this big... I mean, okay, I get the pandemic and everything. But, I feel they should have more... What's the word? More of a strategy? I'm sure they do. But they revealed it at the Sonic Central for the first time, pretty much. That little snippet, right? And then I think that was it. That's all that we had for like a couple of a long while. And then at the beginning of this
like
year,
5 months.
yeah. And then we got that. What was it? We got a bit more, and then it was like reveal of the world, no gameplay or anything. And then we got that 38 seconds, and now they're showing off the gameplay and the combat. Wouldn't it just make more sense to make sure your game is finished enough to give like a trailer and then reveal this type of stuff? Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Like, I don't get what they're going for here, because you have to go to each little thing to sell the game. Like no regular consumer, which is I'm sure what they're aiming for here, is gonna look and be like, oh, 7 minutes of gameplay? Okay, let me watch this. Oh, what's this, combat? Like nobody that isn't a Sonic fan is really gonna look and go for each little detail here and there. Because if you're interested, you gotta sell the game. What's being shown off now, it's like, well, you could go out and buy Breath of the Wild and get the same experience from what's being shown. You know?
Well, also, I think that might be exactly what their strategy is, what you just said, because who's watching this unless you're a Sonic fan? Odds are no one. And honestly, I think that we've all said it. This game looks like a budget title to an extent. This does not look like it had the full force that Sega has. God, that bird has no animation. And, oh my god, the bird flew through the robot. Sorry if I only just now saw this.
Wait,
it
what?
It clips through the robot. Okay.
Hold
This
on.
is a budget title.
Well, okay,
so they're
I'm
probably-
sure.
So
I'm
they
sure.
probably know that Sonic fans will go out of their way to watch this. And,
I'm
like,
sure that this game has
but-
more of a budget than Forces, because it's like, didn't Forces not even? It had like
I doubt
so
it.
little. No, because look, I get
Well,
that.
all this, does any
but
of this look like it came out of anything except for a Unity asset store? Like, there's no style, there's no flair. This all looks pre-built, like, up the cheeks. Like, what about this to you screams that they had time or manpower? This looks like they had the same small rinky-dink team from Forces, and they were just like, we're gonna make an open world, but they don't have the resources for that.
You know,
Sega likely will not give it to them.
okay, here's what I'm wondering. Because Sega said that this is what they're aiming for, like, the next 5 to 10 years of Sonic, right? Like, this is going to be the next adventure, at least in their eyes, right? What if this game flops? What are they going to do with the brand from there? Because,
They're gonna do what they always do and course correct the hell out of it.
but the thing is, how long until they course correct and find something that works? Because if they can't do a regular boost title justice, if they can't do an open world justice, say this game doesn't do well, what else is there? They can't go back to the boost, because then people are going to be like, oh, this is just going to be like Forces again. And then they can't do another open world, because then people are going to be like, oh, it's just like Frontiers again, if this game's bad. What else can they really do, you know?
Honestly, I think that if this game flops, they might have to pull the Adventure 3 card.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
that's like the only way that's gonna get people, like, if this game flops, because that is, God, we are approaching, no, we've had basically 10 years at this, 10 plus years of just like mediocre to bad Sonic games,
Like the
and
last
that's like all that we've had. So I think that if this flops, likely they're gonna do Adventure remakes because that will sell, or they're gonna pull the Adventure 3 card.
Oh, okay. Here's what I think. Because okay, in the
Oh,
decade,
absolutely, but we'll buy it. Well,
Okay.
they know that they'll buy it. That's probably why this game is like it is, because we'll still.
okay, look.
But-
So what? Gens is 11 years old at this point, right? And then what came out in 2012?
Yes.
2012 was Sonic 4 Episode 2, and that was pretty much it. So since then, across the board, from 4 Episode 2 to the most recent one, which I guess is TSR, everything's been marked as pretty much mediocre. You know, even at that time, the 4 brand, as much as I'm a big 4
Mediocre
fan,
plus boom.
yeah, so Sonic 4 was seen as okay. It was an improvement to Sonic 4, but as much as I'm a Sonic 4 fan, I gotta admit, it wasn't really seen as great. Hell, I think it got worse reviews than the first 4, right? And then after that was Lost World, and we're not going to count mobile because that's its own thing. And then after that, we got Boom for 3 years straight, which was its own thing entirely. Then we got Mania, which has been the saving grace of the 2010s, besides Gens and Colors. Like within the past 10 years, I think we can all agree. And then we've got Forces, and then we got TSR. Then that's it. We got a bit of Mania DLC here and there. But then, what from Sonic Team is really screaming that, oh, they know what they're doing? Like, they've never made an open world Sonic game before. I guess the only experience that they've had, kind of, is maybe 06 and Unleashed.
And those teams are long since just like dissipated.
Yeah.
Like this is a whole new group of people.
I feel like I heard that they were developing adventure remakes in, like, the mid-2010s.
I
But-
heard that, but then they got
Yeah,
They canned.
it's just
Oh wait, hold the fuck.
if this
God, does this game never stop? I swear. For every like,
what?
God, oh gosh. So at like a minute, he's beating up on the grape enemy, and I only just now realized this because I was playing it at half speed. But like, he activates his special move, and he just like teleports away mid animation, and then it just looks really jank. I don't.
Oh, yeah, that does look pretty jank. Hmm.
Whole game looks. Why is there no animation? Just Sonic animation is the most frustrating thing because just put him in a ball. Like, you saved all your time. As long as you just have a literal sphere of blue and stretch it around some, you've won.
Oh, what's
You
up,
have to
Dane?
animate-
Welcome to the
You
stream.
have to animate nothing now, and it looks good.
I really hope, and I think I speak for everyone here, I really hope this game does well. Because if it doesn't, I feel
I don't.
the series is going to be, like, not series as in everything, but at least the games are going to be in, like, not an unrepairable state, but a state where it's going to require even more fixing than something like 06 did. Because as much as 06 flopped and was panned by critics, we still got some pretty solid games, even if they weren't seen like that at the time. They're going to have to build up as much trust as they had to build up then. Because it's been nothing but mediocrity. And, like, since 2012, you know? Like, we've got, and as I said, for Episode 2, Lost World, and the Boom stuff, and then Forces. And it's really been mania. And even now, it feels like they're still kind of coasting on how the success of Mania was with Origins. It's just, people are going to start saying, and they already have been, that the 2D stuff is going to be way better than the 3D stuff, like how it was in 2017. I feel like we're going to
Yeah,
have a repeat of that
I mean,
situation.
Here we go again.
The release of Origins was not. No, that's BS. It was not released to coincide with like some. It was released before this.
Mania?
That was the
Or
that was
Origins?
the goal of releasing it at this point. It was to have a good reviewing. These are old classics and they're still great.
wait,
Right before
Nick.
they released the big one.
Nick, hold on. What's up, Sorry, I'm just saying hi to somebody in chat. What's up, Chest? Yeah, no, I
Okay.
remember you. I remember you from the FNAF streams. What's up? It's been a while. So I just wanted to say hi to them because it's been a while.
All good. I need to check chat myself. I've been neglectful. Lost World was alright to me. That's honestly, yeah, I think that it's whatever. I think it's fine.
It's been the best 3D game in the past decade. I'm gonna be honest, because Jens is 11 years old.
I booted it up last night because I was bored with Forces, and I played like the first level of Tropical Coast, and I was like, "This is bad," but I like parts of it, and I was just like, "God,"
It's
because
okay. Lost World, they wanted to try something new, which I can commend them for. If it succeeded or not, that's up for discussion. But I
they were
feel like,
definitely aiming for the Wii U demographic.
yeah, no, of course. It's just, I feel they could have done a lot more with that type of style, and I feel like this Frontiers feels less of a successor to Forces, even if, you know, it's like the same gameplay, and more of a successor to Lost World. Because, I mean, as we saw in the first trailer, they have a little bit of parkour back, at least in the animation. Oh, and I just saw the bird clipping through the robot, like you said.
Oh,
Um, But I feel they're trying to do what they did for Lost World, but on a grander scale. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like a typical Boost title. It doesn't feel like a return to the adventure formula. It feels like they're taking a crack back at that. Ooh, that rhymed. Type of formula, just on a bigger scale. And I feel like they shouldn't be, but I could see why they'd want to try that again. You know?
Who knows? Maybe the reason Sonic has no physics is because somebody's holding down a run button.
Oh, ooh. Well, okay, we have the boost back, so, and that looks like it's where he's getting most of his speed. So maybe.
Yeah, I don't see a run button.
I'm just fucking around with that one. Like,
Well,
I
no.
don't
What if
think
that's
there's
the
actually a
case?
button.
What if that's the case? Oof! Imagine that.
What a bad game. This looks so. And plus the combat, like the most I can say about it as far as my excitement is it looks like a passable, standard, fast-paced action combat system. That's it. That's like there's no excelling. It's just that.
Omar says, you see, Double, Sonic drank the fizzy lifting drink from Willy Wonka. That's why his physics are so floaty.
Pardon? Come again?
Okay, Omar said in my chat, Sonic drank the fizzy lifting drink from Willy Wonka. That's why he has no animation, because he's standing still in midair. Oh, that
realistic.
That would be hilarious.
This is.
How long have we been live for? Let me see. Ooh, about an hour. Okay. Well, I've gotten a bit of watch time from this.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm not even just trying to like dip or anything. I mean, I've said my 2 cents. It just looks like a half decent, fast-paced action system that will get boring quickly to me.
All right. Yeah, I think I've said everything that I've really wanted to say, too. What about you, Jazz?
I'm still disappointed. I still think it's gonna get old. And I'm just not seeing anything that's enticing aside from they're just banking on, look, it's Sonic running. You like that, right? There's just nothing interesting going on.
This feels like
even
game.
The mystery of what's going on it just feels whatever.
Because like the enemies don't even have like a cohesive aesthetic.
Okay, can we all agree this game looks like a game we would pick up, play for a little bit, put down, then a couple months later pick up again, maybe finish, and then not really play it again, at least at this point, because that's how it feels to me.
Just on a personal level too, this is not what would get me excited for a Sonic game.
Like,
Just
I
isn't what
feel
I wanna be seeing.
the combat.
The game looks like a 360 open world game that you just like find at GameStop. You look at the back and you're like, this could be fun, and that's it. Like,
Yeah, I could see that.
Lame.
You know, I feel like the combat, them showing off the combat, is more of an improvement than what we saw for the gameplay, like him just running around. But that being the fact, it's kind of sad, because as I think it was you, Nick, who said earlier, the main sell of a game like this should be Sonic running around in the open world instead of the combat, because you can get any plain open world game for the combat. Again, like Xenoblade, Breath of the Wild, hell, even Odyssey to an extent. But it's just, it should be about Sonic. Again, like I said last stream, it feels like a game, an open world game with Sonic, instead of a Sonic game that's open world.
Exactly. Yeah, this doesn't look good.
Well,
Lame.
I'm hoping for it. I have my fingers crossed.
I mean, like, in order to sell me, like, if they want to sell me on this game, they better put out the most banging story trailer.
Ooh, oh my god!
Because again, we don't know the story, but also, if this is what the game looks like, I'm not expecting stellar animation quality to carry that. I don't care how good the narrative is. Video games, especially with a character like Sonic, that is a visual character right there. And if the animation is just Forces level, which it will be given what we've seen, I'm gonna be disappointed in the presentation, undoubtedly. And I don't care how good the story is, I will probably be let down more than anything.
You want to know?
Unless they show off a lot of improvement over the next 6 months, it just doesn't look good. Like, this doesn't look like a game that I'm like, oh yeah, like, I like the fact that I can go fast, but not boosting. Like, this just looks bad.
You want to know what I think's gonna happen? Okay, I think in the story, I don't think this main island's gonna be the only place we're gonna be, because it feels, even though it's kind of big, it feels too small for a Sonic game. I feel like there's gonna be more.
But if they're all designed like this, like, does it matter the aesthetic?
Well, okay, I feel, because you know that mystery girl thing that was on Twitter for a while, that's been said that like she's gonna be a ranger or something like that, or whatever it is. I feel the story is mainly gonna be like Unleashed's middle section, where it's like not really much of a story, but more talking to the NPCs of the game. I feel like that's how it's going to be. The story's going to be conveyed through text. It feels the way this game's going to be. And I'm hoping I'm biting the nail on this one. But that's how it feels. Everything that's been shown, you're going to walk up to an NPC, you're going to press like the A button, and it's going to be like a bunch of text, and it's going to be like the huh for their talking. They're not even going to talk. Like, and it's like, all right, you got to go do this, and you got to go do that. It's like,
I hate the fact that I mean, I was gonna say like this game doesn't even look like it has NPCs in it. That seems like that's too much effort for Sega, but honestly, maybe. Like I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I swear, like the biggest red flag for me in a game, personally, is like because this isn't always the case. Like if it's Zelda or whatever, obviously that's the case. But if I'm playing a game and it has like a big cinematic opening and it looks great and it hypes up this grand story, but then like 5 minutes after you go up and like hand wave animation, dialogue box, and I'm there for like more than 30 seconds, I'm like, oh god, oh no. Because I mean, I think that you might be right. I think that might very well be how this game presents itself.
it feels how this game's gonna be presented. Like I'm sure there'll be cutscenes, but I honestly don't think there's gonna be. I don't even think there's gonna be as much as Unleashed. You know, like there were cutscenes in between, like to fill the gaps. Like in the middle of the game, there wasn't really. But I feel there's gonna be the intro, right? The intro cinematic, and then you're gonna get to the title screen. Then you're gonna have the intro cutscene. Then it's gonna plop you into the world, the tutorial, and everything. And then you're gonna be on your own for a while. Then sometime midway through the game, you're gonna have another cutscene that's gonna lead you to like the next island or something like that. And then at the very end of the game is gonna be the ending cutscene and then the credits. And that's what we're gonna get. In between, there's gonna be dialogue boxes. That's my honest prediction. And if I'm right, I deserve royalties. I deserve royalties from Sega. I'm saying it now. But I don't hope for that to happen. I'm excited for this game, and I hope that's not the case. But just seeing the way the game is now, that's how I feel it's going to present itself.
May I ask you a question though?
Shoot.
Are you excited for this game because it has Sonic in it? Like, if Sonic was not in this game, would you care at all if you watched this?
Bit. Not one bit at all.
Yeah.
Because
no.
I mean, like with me, because I kept telling Jazz, and Jazz corrected me. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. And then I realized I'm gonna buy it. But the only reason I'm buying this game that I don't want to buy is because it's got Sonic in it. Like, that's a stupid reason, and heck, at the end of the day, I might be at wherever I am to buy this game, look at it, and be like, no, I don't. I don't want to spend $60 on it.
You know, you're actually right. It's just, I mean, I'm not too big on the open world aesthetic. I'm more of a Unleashed type gameplay for stuff like that. But it's not like how Gens was. It's not like, Gens was a Sonic game, I guess. But it's not like Unleashed or, hell, even something like Black Knight. Like, those games, honestly, if they weren't Sonic games, I probably would get, because those games look kind of interesting, at least to me. But this game, I feel like, and I don't have Breath of the Wild or anything like that, but I feel like I could go out and get Breath of the Wild and get more or less the same experience and have even more fun. Because I heard that game is breathtaking. No pun intended. I feel like this game is just a copy and paste.
Well, I mean, Breath of the Wild, like, you can tell that game was... I look at this, especially because, like, I just saw, like, God, where was it? Like 322 or something. Sonic's basically running downhill, and there's just a dash panel for no reason.
322 in the combat trailer?
Huh? No, yeah, in this one, at, like, 328 or something, he just runs over a dash panel that doesn't need to be there. And I'm like, okay, you're still scared. You're scared to let the player play the game.
Yeah.
Like, this does not feel like it's being made with love and confidence. Like, say what you will about Unleashed, like, regardless of your opinion, that game, people clearly cared. Like, I look at the Werehog and I'm like, I don't like it, but the people made it, they put their heart and soul into it. But this, I'm just like, no, it looks like Looks like you were like, let's make an open world, and you just threw Sonic in it. This doesn't. If they cared, the world would look like a Sonic environment. If they cared, the game wouldn't look like this. It would look promising.
You
But
know,
it just looks like it looks like they just started throwing stuff at the wall.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear like later down the road, like after the game comes out, that this game was originally being developed as like either a boost title or a spiritual successor to Forces. I would not be surprised,
I
honestly.
wouldn't be surprised if this was remaining assets from an old Sega game, and they were just like, we can put Sonic in there. That's what happened with 06. That's a stretch, though. I admit that.
All right, I think all of us have gotten our 2 and hell even 3 cents in for this. I'm probably gonna go and end the stream because I do got stuff I gotta do. I can't just sit here and watch Sonic gameplay all day. Are there any ending statements you guys would like to lead off with?
Nah, I've said my 2 cents. I feel like everyone who's watching has got a pretty good idea of how I feel about this game.
You, Jazz?
I think that this doesn't look like a Sonic game. I think that Sega is far too confident in us just kind of mindlessly wanting it because Sonic's in it. None of this feels like the open world Sonic playground that we should be having.
Yeah,
It
no.
looks like they're scared of things that are going to make this uniquely Sonic, and they're really failing at leaning into what could make a Sonic open world game special. This game, if Sonic wasn't there as a playable character, it looks like nothing. It looks like every other run-of-the-mill open world game, bare bones. I don't even find these enemy designs very interesting. I really don't. This
Again,
looks boring.
as I said before, it doesn't look like a Sonic game that's open world. It looks like an open world game with Sonic. That's how this
Yeah,
feels.
And that's what's sad.
All
We
right.
should have a giant Sonic themed playground, but this is a joke.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Jazz, for joining me. This has been fun, and again, I hope I speak for all of us when I say I'm hoping everything we're saying negative about this game is 100% incorrect.
Right.
I hope. I don't believe, but I hope.
All right. If
Believe it or not, we don't want Sonic to be bad.
all right. If there's another one of these, do you guys want to do another stream, or do you think?
I'm down.
All right. Yeah.
Might as well.
Depends on what it is, honestly.
Why should it be like grass gameplay where it's just like a bunch of it
Grass
flown in the air?
actually grows if you leave the game open for multiple hours.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go and end stream. Thank you guys for joining me again. This has been fun. I will hope to see you guys next time.
I'd also, I'm gonna thank my audience as well. Thank everyone for, thank you all for showing up, watching us ramble and whatnot. But I'm gonna end the stream now. So, toodles, everybody.
Peace out.